How do you know what your strengths are as a freelancer? It's important to get really clear on where you excel professionally because you want to deepen those skills and continue to expand upon those competencies that you have a natural propensity to perform well at, that you enjoy doing, that folks give you positive feedback about. There are certainly benefits to filling the gaps you have or addressing the weaknesses in your skill set, but more of your time should be focused on honing in on the strengths you already have and expanding upon those. So, how do you know what you're actually good at if you're unclear on what some of those strengths are? First and foremost, look for patterns in past projects when you've worked with clients, and where have you consistently driven results? Where have clients consistently praised you about your contributions? Typically, those are going to be strengths. Ideally, you like those areas of your contributions, but that's a great signal of like looking at past patterns of performance in your previous projects and client engagements. The second way to figure out what your skill sets are in terms of your strengths is asking your inner circle, asking colleagues, former clients, maybe friends and family, and just simply asking them over email, hey, I'm doing some self-discovery and I'd love to just get a quick pulse check on what you think my top strengths are in our interactions together, either collaborating on a project, working together as colleagues, your reflections on me as a friend when we've collaborated on different things. That is a great way to get third-party feedback outside of yourself as to what your key strengths are and how others see you. And then the third consideration here is paying attention to what excites you, what motivates you, what gets you going as you sit down to work on a project, start collaborating with a client. What are the areas that you're most excited to contribute, where you have the most energy? Often, not always, those are going to be your areas of strength where you're really excited and motivated to contribute, and that's an indication of likely the indication of where some of your key strengths are. So in conclusion here, it's really important to go deeper on the areas that you excel at as a freelancer, and you can figure out what those areas are by looking for patterns in past performance in your work with clients, asking your inner circle for feedback on what your strengths are, and then finally paying attention to what motivates and excites you in your work. That's how you figure out what your key strengths are as a freelancer.